This season, Greenville have had Omaha's number. A 2-0 win on the road back in June and a scoreless draw at home saw them grab 4 of the possible 6 points. They were crowned champions in 2020 and are seeking their second trophy. But Omaha are the reigning champions and won't relinquish the trophy so easy. It's Union Omaha and the Greenville Triumph in the battle for the bye now. Welcome to Warner Park in Papillion, Nebraska for this pivotal matchup between Union Omaha and the Greenville Triumph presented by Family Fare. I'm Kevin Erlinson. Thank you so much for joining us. These are two teams of championship pedigree and have title ambitions this season. With just 5 matches to go, only 1 point separates them in second and third. This is a season series finale of vital importance. As we get a look at the standings, these are not the live standings. Other matches have kicked off. This is going into tonight. You can see Omaha on 40 points. Greenville is on 39 points. They're both trying to chase down Richmond in first, but they do have a steep mountain to climb, and they'll have to be wary of both Tormenta and Chattanooga charging up the table below them on 37 and 36 points. The 3 points up for grabs tonight could not be overstated. They are crucial. Get to some players to watch. First for Union Omaha, J.P. Skierce, their 24-year-old midfielder. He has 7 goals this season, scored his second brace of the year on Wednesday in a 3-2 loss against Richmond. That other brace came against Tormenta back in June. With a dry spell by leading scorer Noe Mesa, his goals have proved important and could do so tonight. Watch out for his goal threat from the midfield. On the other side for the Greenville Triumph, Alan Gavilanes. He's got 4 goals and 4 assists on the season. He scored a few weeks ago against forward Madison. He has proven to be a creative spark plug for the Triumph all season, just as capable of setting up a goal for his teammates, as you see there for Aaron Walker, as he is at putting them in himself. He's also a set-piece specialist. He'll be whipping in the balls. Could he be the inspiration for Greenville tonight? Well, these bitter rivals always seem to have something on the line when they meet, and tonight is no exception. We'll be back with lineups and kickoff after this, right here on ESPN+.
Want to bring a smile to your face? Say cheese, but not just any cheese, our family cheese. Our family's new and improved cheeses are made with real ingredients for a rich, satisfying flavor and lots of ooey, gooey, melty, wow, that's good goodness. And each package features delightfully cheesy recipes you'll want to make for your family again and again. For a fresh new cheese that's sure to please, look for Our Family today.
Tonight, we would like to welcome our Centris Federal Credit Union ball kids. If you want to be a Centris ball kid at the next Union Omaha match, visit unionomaha.com/community to sign up. Thank you to Nebraska State Soccer for helping us select the Centris ball kids.
Fans, join us Saturday, October 8th for Hispanic Heritage Night presented by Supermercado when your Union Omaha take on Tormenta FC. Buy your tickets now at tickets.unionomaha.com. Welcome back to Warner Park for this presentation of the USL League One presented by Family Fare. Union Omaha hosting the Greenville Triumph in this vital late season matchup. You see the players and officials walking onto the field. We are moments away from kickoff. Before we get started, here's a look at the season series. Greenville leads the all-time regular season series, 2 wins, a loss, and 2 draws. Interesting note, as you see there, the road team has never lost in this 3-year series that these two teams have played. Of course, the Triumph did take a 2-0 victory here back in June. Jacob Lavovitz and Jake Keegan scoring. It was a scoreless draw in the reverse fixture back on July 23rd in South Carolina. Now we'll get to the starting lineups rented by Rotella's Italian Bakery. First for Union Omaha. Only one change from their heartbreaker on Wednesday. Shaft Brewer gets his second start for the club after signing in mid-August. He replaces Joe Brito in the midfield. Corey Herzog starting up top with Noe Meza. This is his 9th appearance since signing from Hartford Athletic. He has 2 goals and 2 assists already so far, the journeyman making an impact for the Union. On the other side for Greenville, 4 changes from a 2-1 defeat at Charlotte last week. Don Smart is suspended for yellow card accumulation. Miles Fenton replacing him. Alan Gavilanes, Lucas Coutinho drawing back in, while Nate Schultz returns after a 5-game absence. Jacob Lavovitz leading the line. He scored the winner here back in June. He's got 11 goals. That's 3rd in the league, but he hasn't scored in his last 6 matches. The stage is certainly set, and we are moments away from kickoff. Omaha in their home whites and yellow bottoms. Greenville will be in their all-green kits from left to right. Union Omaha going from right to left. Our match official today is Abdu Njai, excuse me. Greenville getting one last huddle in before kickoff. Cannot be overstated how crucial this match is for either side as they chase a bye week. You get a bye week if you finish in the top 2 for the first round of the playoffs. Currently, Richmond holding down first place. We'll get to all the implications of that as we go forward, but the focus is on these two teams. They are battling for that 2nd place spot right now, separated by just a single point. As you can see, Connor Doyle, Union Omaha's captain, from McKinney, Texas, 30 years of age, just 3 assists on the season, but you can't measure his impact by just the counting stats. He has been vital once more for his squad. Whistle blown, match begins, settle in and enjoy this one. Neither team really coming in on a good run of form. Union Omaha have lost their last 2 matches, and it's been a really congested fixture list for them. This is their 3rd match in the last 7 days, so they're going to have to dig deep. They also have a midweek coming up against Northern Colorado on Wednesday, so they're really going to have to dig deep in this stretch and get some crucial points. But for Greenville, it's not going much better for them. They have not won in their last 3 matches. A loss to Charlotte, as I mentioned last week. They drew against Ford Madison a week prior, and they lost to Northern Colorado back on August 27th. His first foul whistled. Corey Herzog is brought down. Aaron Walker doesn't quite understand why, but then again, the offending players never quite do understand why. 3rd meeting of the season for these two sides as Herzog has a little bit of a limp to him. That's not good. In Reading, Pennsylvania, he has been on a journey in his career. 13th club is Union Omaha after signing from Hartford Athletic. Over 200 appearances in the USL Championship as that goal sails out for a goal kick, that ball sailing out for a goal kick. Expect Union Omaha to have quite a bit of the ball. Greenville like to sit back. Jay Mims talking to us, manager for Union Omaha. They know that. They have game plan for it. Miles Fenton scrambling to cover for a misplayed pass. Union Omaha pressing early. First goal will be important. You have to feel in this pitch, it's the smallest in the league. Much has been made of that by pretty much any manager that comes here. Omaha know how to use it to their advantage, but as I mentioned, haven't found a win in the last couple of matches after losing 3-2 against Richmond here on Wednesday. That's after they held the lead for much of the match, but it was a heartbreaking equalizer by Stephen Payne, made even worse when a penalty by Nils Vinyals secured the 3-2 win for Richmond. But Omaha's press working early on. They win a throw deep in enemy territory. There is Jay Mims, named the USL League One August Coach of the Month after guiding his team to 4 victories. Trying to get things back on track as we head into the home stretch. All pinging around a lot. Nobody really having a long spell of possession. The offside whistled against Herzog. A little bit of confusion there by the players, or at least perceived confusion. It'll be Greenville to get things started once again. If Frankie was there in the fray. There's John Harks, who returns Frankie back into the side, head coach and sporting director for the Triumph. He's been quite successful, 3-time finalist, trying to make it 4 straight. That would be something. And this, the 4th year of existence for the Greenville Triumph. That championship they won in 2020, it wasn't via a tournament. The final had to be called off. It was going to be played against this Union Omaha team, but Greenville being awarded the championship after finishing first during the season by a substantial enough amount of points. Ball seen out for a goal kick by Dalton Knutson. A steady presence back for Union Omaha as you're going to look at Rashid Nuhu. Joint top of the league in clean sheets with 9. This is his 69th club appearance. He's had a very nice career for himself, his 3rd year in Omaha. You might ask, who's he joint lead in clean sheets with? It's his counterpart, Paul Christensen, on the other side, keeping the Greenville net. Just about 4 minutes into this match. Teams feeling each other out. That's not unusual. Things tend to develop slowly between the sides, but they can ratchet up at any moment. And Jiba plays it inside. Good ball. Luis Heel couldn't find an end product. Ball bouncing up in the air, finally cleared away by Brandon Fricke, not very far. Jiba will keep possession for his side. Bit of a formation change for Union Omaha. They dropped into a 4-4-2. Here's Schaff Brewer. Didn't settle that one down. Alan Gavilanes only able to clear it out for a throw. And it's Omaha who are pressing the envelope early. Skiers flicks it. Couldn't find Brewer. Maybe Gavilanes can lead a break. And it's Lucas Coutinho who's come forward it. Lays it down the left side. It's settled down by Gavilanes, and now Greenville's turn to keep possession. And look at the press from Omaha. Brewer giving a good run there. And it has worked out. No, it hasn't. I spoke too soon. Connor Doyle couldn't settle it down properly. Long ball over the top, looking for Labovitz. He waits for it. Under pressure, good tackle in the end by Knutson and Alex Touche. And Omaha will break away. Skiers taps it forward for Heel, who's come inside. A good tackle by Fenton, but it's kept alive. Heel and another intervention, this time Evan Lee. Skiers keeps the tempo moving. There's Jiba on his left foot, good cut. Got around Frankie on his right foot, takes the crack, and Christensen first easy save of the night. And Jiba of Salt Lake City, signed out of Salt Lake Community College, just 20 years of age in his first professional season, has 3 assists on the year, and he's gone the full 90 in 6 of his last 7 appearances. Here's Doyle playing it forward. Brewer, how lively have his legs been so far? And his legs are fresh, certainly compared to the rest of his teammates. They'll be relying on him to stretch Greenville as much as they can and trigger presses when it comes on that left side. It's the side they've identified. They want to press it. Maybe they want to focus on this right side. Nate Schultz able to recover, though. He wants it back. He's got it back. Forward for Noah Frankie off his foot, out for a throw. Well, celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL League One. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, League's choice, player's choice. Just kind of feel it in the air a little bit at Warner Park. The crowd less about excitement, more about anticipation, maybe a bit of nervousness as well. They know their side aren't in the best form right now. Went on an 11-match unbeaten run for a couple of months, did Omaha. They rocketed it up to the top of the league, but have since allowed Richmond to stride past them. Greenville also doing the same at the top of the league. They have let Richmond blow by him as Aaron Walker whistled for the foul on Skiers. Walker, a leader in that midfield. He's a veteran, 32 years of age. Last week, excuse me, he had his 90th USL League One appearance. So not just a veteran for Greenville, but a veteran of this league. Rashid Nuhu. Omaha looked to build from the back. Greenville letting them do so, not really pressing. Jay Mims telling us he knows that Greenville like to sit back. They're going to try and plan around that as Christensen comes and claims the ball. Here's Frankie inside, tackled. Walker couldn't keep it alive. It's Noe Meza. Good turn, keeps it going, goes down and gets the whistle to go his way. Miles Fenton penalized, and the yellow card is out. First Hale Varsity Club yellow card of the match, and it's issued to Miles Fenton, who's in because Don Smart is suspended on yellow card accumulation after picking one up in the 8th minute last week. We'll get another look. A really nice turn by Mesa in tight space, broke free. Fenton trying to get that ball, but didn't lunge far enough. A long set piece opportunity. Mesa standing over it. Certainly would be ambitious to try a shot from here, but nothing should ever surprise you in this league. Leading the team with 8 goals is Noe Mesa from Sunnyside, Washington. Has not scored in 5 matches. Could this be the moment? He goes for goal and a little ways off, but you do have to applaud the effort. That's my philosophy, at least. Always want players to try their luck. Get a look at the replay. And just never really getting anywhere close to the frame. Sent it too high, no dip on it. Good effort, though. Now Greenville can allow things to breathe a little bit. You have to imagine they're going to take their time as much as possible. That's just the way they play, but the emphasis really should be on them because they do trail Omaha by just that 1 point in the standings. Well, their run-in is, you have to say, much tougher than Omaha the rest of the way, so 3 points would go a long way. Crowd crying for a free kick, but never going to get that one. Ball over the top looking for Frankie, trying to chase this down, but he's beaten by Jiba, who sees it out for a goal kick. Greenville go to Northern Colorado next week before coming home for 2 matches. They play Tucson and Charlotte and then wrap up at the league leaders Richmond, who may have already wrapped up first place by then, and perhaps that match won't mean anything and Greenville can capitalize, but we're getting a little bit too far ahead of ourselves. For Omaha, another midweek against Northern Colorado on Wednesday, and then they will have 10 days off to recuperate before going to North Carolina. They wrap up at home against Tormenta and Fuego. Whistle this time in favor of Greenville. Mesa a little too naughty in his jump there with Fenton. Maybe that's something to keep our eye on as we go. Those two have had a couple coming togethers. You have to think that maybe a draw suits Omaha, but I'm not sure a draw really suits either team just because of the negative momentum they have going right now for both clubs. They want to get back in the win column. Frankie, good combination. Down the right side, Nate Schultz trying to chase this down. And he will not. It goes out for a goal kick, but a really nice idea. A good interchange. Fenton and Frankie trying to release Schultz down that right-hand side. Nate Schultz missed 5 matches, but he's back in the side now. Mayfield, Ohio native. Has 3 assists, and one of those came against Omaha back here in Papillion in June. Went 20 matches in between starts after starting the first 2 matches of the season. Then he didn't start again until playing Northern Colorado back on August 27th, and then he missed plenty of time. Another veteran of the USL League One, signing from North Carolina. Nicely done by Aaron Walker to chest and control. Gavilanes. Tino and him play catch. Greenville trying to possess the ball. They have to be wary. The press is on from Omaha. Mesa and Herzog leading the way. Fricky plays it forward, nicely done. Found Frankie, no relation. Schultz taking his time. Now they find Frankie. Ravovitz making a run. Frankie goes inside instead. And they'll keep again. Here's Schultz. Fenton lets that flick for Frankie. He's tracked it down around Jiba. Jiba closing him down. Frankie looking for space. He's found it. Aaron Walker cross, hits a defender. That was headed away, I'm not sure, on purpose by Connor Doyle. Ball stays in play. Here's Walker again. One-time cross for Fenton. That was deflected, I believe. Didn't go anywhere. But Greenville keeping a hold of the ball. Evan Lee, Brandon Fricky, they make a formidable duo in the back. Both veterans of the USL League One. For Fricky, this is his 70th club appearance for Greenville. For Evan Lee, this is his 89th USL League One appearance. He's played the full 90 in 13 straight matches, barring injury. I can't imagine that's going to change tonight. Since receiving a second yellow in the second match of the year against North Carolina, he's only been booked 3 times, so very disciplined as well for Evan Lee. Opposite his center back partner, Brandon Fricky, wearing the armband tonight. Doyle. Nice ball through the channel, trying to find Jiba. Christensen came for it, and he got there first. Well, that was a delicious-looking ball from Connor Doyle. A great run from Jiba, the fullback, as we get a look at the replay. Look at that run off the back shoulder of Frankie, but Christensen, alert to the danger. He got out there in a hurry. Part of the reason why he is tied with Nuhu with 9 clean sheets, but he gives the ball away here. Brewer couldn't settle it down, and has Walker won a throw? Yes, he has. A couple times Omaha have made Greenville just a little bit nervous playing their way out of the back. Hasn't negated their enthusiasm for doing so. But could that change the game with just one moment where Omaha able to steal possession cleanly? As they have done here. No, they haven't. Coutinho recovering. And Greenville happy to possess again. Well, despite the 2-1 defeat to the Independents last week, John Harkes telling us that he wasn't too disappointed with the way they played. Disappointed with the result, obviously, but he felt they didn't make a lot of mistakes. They played well enough to at least get a result out of it. And 2 moments just changed the momentum for him, and it was 2 mistakes that his side made. But he's not letting it get down, and he's always been candid. He does not really believe in momentum from match to match. He takes it one at a time, and he expects his players to do the same. That's part of why he's had so much success in this club. Meza for heel, but couldn't find Hertog on the one touch. Christensen gratefully claiming again. See what Omaha want to try to do. Very direct, very fast, trying to catch Greenville maybe a little flat-footed. Evan Lee under pressure. Back to Christensen, who had to go one time. Coutinho couldn't get the flick on. Gavilanes, excuse me. Forward by Dean Akoff. He wins a throw-in. For Tana Georgia natives, we get a look at Lucas Coutinho. Foul by the Triumph. Aaron Walker is the culprit. Another set-piece opportunity. This time Luis Heel is striding over to take. What an odyssey it's been for the Orange County native Luis Heel. Made his debut in the reverse fixture in Greenville. This is his 11th club, so much like his teammate Herzog, a journeyman, but he's gone all over the world, playing in Mexico, playing in the Czech Republic. Over 165 appearances in the MLS, most of those at Salt Lake. The Owls supporters being heard, trying to galvanize their team. They understand what kind of opportunity this set piece can present. 6th aim at. Here it comes in from Heel. Towards the back post. It goes through everyone. And it's out for a corner. First corner kick of the match. Presented by Modelo. Union Omaha looking for the opener. It was a really good looking ball. I'm really surprised nobody got their head to it in white. With a chance at redemption, Connor Doyle. He'll take with his right-footed in-swinger. Omaha captain has not been subbed off all season long, has appeared in every match so far. Can he get the delivery right? It's a line drive to the back post, headed down, cleared away in the end by Schultz. But Brewer keeps it alive. Again by Doyle, this time low. It's alive in the box and cleared away. Akoff for Jiba. So Omaha will wait for reinforcements. Gavilanes is providing a little bit of pressure, but didn't have support, so not going all out. And Nuhu able to control and recover. It's been pretty much all Omaha so far, although Greenville have had quite a bit of possession. They haven't done much with it. Haven't really been able to advance forward through the Omaha press. And they'll try again. Derek Waldeck plays it forward. Be settled down by Alex Touche, and Nuhu whacks it away. Lovely touchdown by Doyle. Heel all the way across to Brewer, but his header forward going nowhere. Christensen, a long throw. He actually hit Schultz in the face, but good control off the old noggin. Walker. Forward for Waldeck, too far. Akoff turns it the other way. And now Omaha breaking. Played forward by Heel. Herzog looking cross field. Instead, they'll keep it on this side. Jiba. Couple touches away from the pressure of Schultz. Pulled him out of position. And here's Heel to take control of the space. Floats one in, but no runner from Brewer. Collided with Waldeck, but it was inadvertent. Good looking attack from Omaha, but perhaps not enough urgency on the counter. Greenville able to get back in numbers very quickly on that occasion. They have the ball here, Frankie. You can hear the calls from the Greenville bench. John Harkes encouraging his side to play. Put the ball on the ground and play quick. Slavovitz committing the foul in the middle. I'm sure JP Skierce doesn't appreciate that. Mentioned at the top, Slavovitz hasn't had a very good go of it lately. No goals in 6, but he does have the potential and the propensity to score at will. There was a stretch between June 12th and July 30th where he scored 10 goals in 10 matches. There's a hat trick in there. It came against Richmond on the 16th, and I mentioned he scored the winner in the match here on the 19th against Union Omaha. Schultz tackled away by Heel. Schultz will keep it in play, or keep it at his feet rather, after getting the return. Greenville probing. Evan Lee. See him and Fricke not adventuring beyond the halfway line. Gavilanes. Good ball in. Coutinho was there. It's headed away by Knutson. Controlled by Heel. Didn't clear. Walker stole it. He's got it. He'll take the shot himself and puts it wide. Never troubling Nuhu. Perhaps he could have played in Noah Frankie. But Walker taking advantage of the hesitation from Heel. Able to come up with the steal. Found the ball at his right foot. Decided to have a go, but really nowhere near the frame. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2022, whether your club is on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of USL League One action on ESPN+, the home to the USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Good takedown by Gavilanes, able to control the ball, kept it in play. Perhaps he didn't, but no, that's a whistle for a foul as he was taken down. Really good trickery, good skill on the far touchline. Saw that in the highlight package that we played at the top of the broadcast for him. He has plenty of tricks up his sleeve. Gonna need it tonight to break down this Union Omaha team. A stout defensive record, but Greenville know a thing or two about that, as they have one themselves. Melania's got a foot to that flick, knew who does have to play it. Nicely found Jiba, but Jiba can't find a teammate. Schultz winning that ball. Here's Frankie. Can get around heel, takes him down, throw in for Greenville. That's the compromise, I believe. Abdu Injay doing a good job of controlling the tempo, allowing things to play on. We're about 24 minutes into this match. It feels like it's flown by, at least from my perch over here, but really not much has happened. It's just one of those things. When there's tension as thick as this, time isn't the same. Here's Waldeck and Walker. Nicely finds Gavilanes. Well, he had Skierce frozen, but didn't do much with that ball. He does win aside another throw. The clearance from Knutson. Greenville starting to penetrate a little deeper now with more consistency. Schultz over the top looking for Frankie. Good cover by Knutson, but the ball comes back to him. Noah Frankie on his right foot to the back post, clips it. Nobody arriving. Waldeck will come for it. Gavilanes is showing short. Good turn of the shoulder. Now Walker has a crack, and that flew right into Louis Heel. Check that, Connor Doyle. Now Evan Lee forced to retreat. He'll go all the way back to Christensen. Omaha trying to press. Christensen able to get it away. But Omaha survived that spell, and they have the ball. Really nice idea, but then Frankie, I think you have to feel a little disappointed by that delivery. He had a couple of bodies in the box to aim at, but he chipped it over everybody. Did at least keep it alive, but from that position, right at the touchline with the clear lane, like, see players drive the ball low on that occasion. Jiba settling things down. Omaha keeping most of the play on this left-hand side in the last 10-15 minutes. Ball clipped forward looking for Heel, away by Schultz. Nicely down by Frankie. Walker let it run, and he showed too much of it to Herzog. Herzog has it back. Plays it in for Meza. Under pressure, goes down. There's the whistle, another free kick for Union Omaha. And Fenton can see what he thinks of that. I won't repeat it. Not happy with that call. Once again, Noe Mesa in tight space, able to win a free kick. Get a look once again, as Fenton did take him down. I'm sure he's arguing that Mesa invited the contact, but it's not really the name of the game. This one's too far out for a shot, you have to think, unless your name is David Luiz or a certain Cristiano Ronaldo. See what Louis Heel fancies himself. Only 4 to aim at so far. Now Knutson striding forward. Heel standing over. Here comes the delivery towards the penalty spot, headed up by Fricke. It'll trickle out for another Union Omaha corner kick presented by Modelo. Herzog wanted to go quick, but his teammate's not obliging, so he'll leave it for Connor Doyle. Second corner of the match. And the Owls supporters behind the net rising in voice once more. What can Connor Doyle come up with? Signed from Chattanooga this season. Last season, excuse me. Here comes the delivery. It's a flat this time toward the back post, headed across by Knutson. Good header by Fricke. It's still alive, and it pings off the crossbar. And Union Omaha crying handball, instead corner kick. That was Herzog on the turn, sliced at it with his right foot. Very, very close. Good ball across by Knutson. It came down, kept alive by Heel, and that ball was going wide. It hit Labovitz and hit the bar and over. That shot from Herzog was not going to be on frame. Another corner kick presented by Modelo. Their third of the match for Union Omaha. And it's Doyle again. That last delivery was a good one. Not sure if that routine's going to work again, though, now that Greenville are wise to it, and they'll go short. And it's Doyle. It's to the penalty spot, but only there is Evan Lee. Still alive, but Christensen the only one getting to that ball. So Greenville survive. It's really been the name of the game. Teams jostling back and forth. One pressing, asking questions, but not troubling the goalkeepers just yet. Ball pinging around. See if we can get to 6 here. That's 7, and now 8 touches in the air. 9 and 10. That was impressive. 10 touches without touching the ground between the two sides. And misplay by Waldeck, out for a Union Omaha throw. Haven't seen that in quite some time. It's the little things, folks. Omaha will commit numbers forward here. Akoff into Mesa. Nicely touches it down once again. Showing his quality every time he touches the ball. Akoff chips it into the box, headed away by Schultz. He had to be careful. Heel was on his back. Jiba cycles for Doyle, and Omaha will retain possession here. No real big chances just yet. The Herzog shot that was going wide, perhaps the best of the bunch. Here's Brewer striding in. That was Akoff, excuse me. And it's cleared away after the nice delivery Noah Frankie got there. And a long shot, never troubling Christensen. Omaha certainly asking the questions right now. Or at least they're the only ones asking the questions. Greenville have not gotten out of their own half in a little bit. We head into the 30th minute. We'll take a look at the live standings. You can see Tormenta breathing down Greenville and Omaha's neck. Richmond has scored, so they are on 47 points, and because Ford Madison dropped points against North Carolina earlier, Richmond, if they hold on to 3 points tonight, will clinch playoff spot. They'll be the first to do so. Header back for Nuhu. That was a little scrambly, but Touche able to keep calm under fire. Coutinho is providing the press there. Things are very tight, and really, if things hold as they are right now, Richmond is going to be huge winners. They'll have opened up a 6-point lead at the top. In addition to that clinch spot, as a collision between Schultz and Mesa. Only got oohs and ahs from the crowd, no sympathy from the referee. And Jai happy to let play on. Waldeck forward, undercut by Akoff. Trying to find it by turning on the Jets. He does keep it alive, but it's stolen by Waldeck again. Match has started to ramp up a little bit. A foul committed by Meza, knocking down Waldeck, trying to chase that ball down. The legs are just going a little bit faster. You have to wonder, how long can Omaha keep this up? They had that midweek match, but they only made one change. As you can see clearly, Evan Lee, the player, taken down by Mesa. And you might say, well, what about the size mismatch there? And that's true. Mesa standing at only 5'9", Evan Lee at 6'3", but when you push into the back like that, it doesn't take much at full flight. Mesa able to settle that down, but he found only Aaron Walker, recovered nicely by Brewer. Now Omaha in control once again. Knutson inside. Played back for Skierce. He's dropped deep in this match, the holding midfielder. His usual role. Sees his side give away a goal kick after a hapless ball through the defense. 32nd minute, no score here in Papillion, Nebraska, suburb of Omaha. And doing match preparation, I was really taken aback by the amount of notable figures from the city of Omaha, Nebraska. But when you look at just Papillion, I found one name that stood out for me. Allison Weston, a volleyball player, women's volleyball player, who won a national championship at the University of Nebraska, was also an Olympian in 2000, where she played on a team, and this is true, with Carrie Walsh. That team defeated in the bronze medal, so they not an Olympic medalist, but certainly an Olympian and the pride of Papillion. It's again Allison Weston. Here's Walker, taken down by Skierce. That's spotted by Njai. Greenville want to go quick. Walker still on the floor. Now he's back to his feet. Fenton Walker a little ginger after that collision. But he looks fine on the ball here, directing traffic. Here's Schultz. Frankie making the run. Schultz obliging. Jiba closed him down. Frankie keeps it alive. Jiba, good work defensively, able to clear that away. Nicely taken down by Herzog. Short to Doyle, but Doyle wants to up the pace. A good takedown by Schaff Brewer, and away he'll go down the right side. He's got Akoff on the overlap. Brewer touching it to the corner. They weren't on the same page that time. Not sure if that was meant for Akoff or Meza, but neither made that run. And Brewer, the relative youngster, 22 years of age, spent a year in the RB Leipzig system, played for their U19 team in 2017-18. Had a couple of spells while under contract for LAFC. He went on loan to Phoenix Rising in the championship. Also spent some time in Norway. He's back in the States, playing for Union Omaha, trying to play his way into the side after signing on August 18th. It's just his 4th appearance. Good work by Lavovitz, or Frankie rather, but he's not going to be rewarded with possession or a throw. Heel, tackled away by Fricke, who strode forward. And now Walker and Gavilanes will go forward on his right foot, has a crack that's blocked by Knutson. Not cleared very far. Fenton recycles it. Coutinho. That's Lavovitz, excuse me. His shot blocked. Akoff closing him down. Here's Schultz. Greenville now asking the questions. Frankie. And Schultz again. Looking for Frankie again, too long out for a goal kick, and it goes awry. The applause for Union Omaha, of course, but perhaps a good spell by Greenville. They worked the ball very nicely. A couple of long shots that were rather easily blocked by Alex Touche and Dalton Knudsen. Have to be a little more creative to open up more space as we head into the final 10 minutes of this opening half. Not a whole lot of happenings, but quite a bit of intrigue. If you're curious, expected goals right now, .16 apiece. Ball headed a long way after the goal kick from Nuhu. It hasn't touched the ground, now it has. Gavilanes, nicely done around Akoff. Settles it down. Now he wants support. Still holding the ball up, leaves it for Walker. Waldeck turns it inside. Good turn by Coutinho. Lays it off Gavilanes. He'll lay it off Fenton. All the way for Frankie. They weren't on the same page. Frankie making a run. The ball was behind him. Out for a throw. Mesa. Couldn't get that by Lee, but a foul called, and that's his 3rd foul, I believe, that he's drawn in this match. Signed out of Seattle University. This is his 1st year with the club. Really does have a lot of talent on the ball, and all you need is maybe 1 or 2 times to see that. Being able to create, but not in dangerous parts of the pitch so far tonight. Foul drawn by Lucas Coutinho that time. It was Touche who had strode forward. Being told something by Abdu and Jai. Something to keep an eye on is whenever a center back receives a booking, that's always something to keep an eye on, or something plays in the back of their head is something's happened here. 4th official communicating, and well, there it is. Didn't take long to spot that. Noah Frankie is bleeding. As his right elbow, he has to come off. You cannot have active blood, and he's trying to just wipe it with his hand. You can't do that, son. 4th official Kyle Armstrong spotting that, and we'll want that cleaned up. You don't want blood on the field. Just a little unseemly, and also you don't want to damage the kits. You don't want to show evidence of something that may not have happened if a player's bleeding from a occurrence from a few sequences prior to an incident that might influence the referee's thinking, so you want to get the blood cleaned up. It's also a family-friendly affair. Lavovitz will take the long throw for Greenville. If you want to call it a set piece, it's their 1st of the night. Here it comes towards the 6-yard box. It's cleared away, not convincingly by Newton. Comes free. Walker, what a strike, and he just missed. Evan Lee that was who took the shot. And it did take a deflection, so a corner kick for Greenville. What a ambitious opportunity that was. We'll get another look at that. Pops out to Evan Lee, one bounce on the half volley, and it wasn't far away. Knew who was interested. That would have been sensational. Avalanez will take. Left-footed in swinger. Coutinho showing short. 5 in the box to aim at. Here it comes towards the goalkeeper. Headed away. Nicely done by Touche. Waldeck wanting to let it run, and he will. He'll go quick. Walker plays it in. Up toward the back post. Headed away by Jiba. Coutinho trying to settle that down. Heel won the battle, and he plays it forward. Mesa could not settle that down. Otherwise, he could have found a full stride. Evan Lee maybe a little flat-footed there. Mesa able to take that down. Frankie back onto the pitch, cleaning up the blood. Keeps that alive for Schultz. No, he didn't. Throw in the other way. Now 5 minutes of this first half, and Frankie has drawn the interest of Abdu Njai, and that will draw a card for kicking that ball away. A Hale Varsity Club yellow card, the second of the match issued to Noah Frankie. Might be a little harsh in my opinion, but it was nefarious what Frankie did, kicking the ball away, preventing Omaha from restarting quickly. We're not all that early into the match. We'll get a look at the incident here. It was out of play, and Frankie just kicking it away from everybody. Fair play. Certainly within his rights, Abdu Njai to deliver a booking on that occasion. Can't really argue against it. Mesa kept that alive for Jiba. He's holding his face, but we'll play on for Brewer. Mesa still on his back. Brewer took the shot on. That's deflected out for a corner kick off of Waldeck. This is the 4th corner of the match. 4th Modella corner for Union Omaha. Mesa took a whack to the face, and I think he's drawn blood. So he'll have to go off, and there's a trickle protruding from his nostril. He'll have to go get that taken care of. So now Omaha reduced momentarily to 10 men. See what they can do. Just 4 in the box. Dalton showing short. But some good deliveries as you see John Harks gesticulating at the bottom of your screen. Luis Heel will take. Right-footed out swinger. Now just 3 to aim at in the box. Here it comes. It's a good one. Flicked on by Touche. Trying to track it down, Knutson. And he wipes out Gavilanes to put the play back in the other direction. It was a good flick by Touche. Really good whip on the ball from Heel. Greenville able to retain possession, and knowing John Harks, he'll want his side to just kind of see out the last 3 or so minutes of this half and regroup in the dressing room. Not really sure which side would be happier with the result so far. I think on the surface you'd have to say Omaha, although again, I'll reiterate, I don't think a draw suits either side. Akoff chips it forward for Heel. Brewer trying to combine. Waldeck able to mop it up, but it'll go out for a throw in Akoff. And there's Mesa coming back on the field. Ian Akoff, 30-year-old fullback for Omaha. He's had a bit of an odyssey himself. Played 6 years in the Icelandic pyramid. How about that? 6 seasons played in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd tier. Most notably a 2-time Icelandic 1st Division champion with Valur Reykjavik. And most notably for him, he was teammates with one Svein Aaron Gudjonsson, a young starlet for the Icelandic national team and son of legendary Eidur Gudjonsson. Greenville, another throw, 1 deep in enemy territory. It's one of those things where you see it in your notes and you do a double take because you don't really see that. Americans playing 6 years across 3 different tiers and 3 different clubs in a country such as Iceland. Valur Reykjavik last seen in the Champions League qualifiers this year. They went out to Dinamo Zagreb, Czech club. So the throw comes in from Labovitz and claimed by Nuhu. Well done. And of course, Zagreb had that famous win over Chelsea a couple of weeks ago at home. They won 1-0 in their Champions League opener. Here's Herzog. He'll drop it off, and Omaha will come slower. Brewer in acres of space on the right side. They haven't spotted him yet. Skierce hasn't had a lot of touches on the ball in this match. I'm sure Omaha will want to get him to have more influence in the second. Newton trying to look for Brewer. Waldeck able to track it and head. And he's kept it alive for Gavilanes. Can't get by Akoff, but he wins his side of throw and they'll relieve pressure. By the time Newton decided to spread that long, as there is Akoff, a subject that I was mentioning earlier. Perhaps just took a little too long and Waldeck was able to get over there in time. Here's Skierce. And Heel, turning. Got away from Gavilanes, but not cleanly. That's a free kick the other way. I'm sure Heel doesn't like it. His supporters in the stands certainly do not. We approach stoppage time here in the first half. No goals to speak of. Being told there will be just 1 minute of stoppage time. No goals thus far. No real bright moments in terms of goal threat. There was the Evan Lee half volley. There was the Herzog deflection that went off the bar. Maybe they'll change the narrative here. Mesa for Brewer on his right foot. Whips it in. That's cleared away by Fricke. And Labovitz wants a return ball from Gavilanes. The ball wasn't on, but it's cleaned up. Coutinho, he has it. And Greenville breaking, and Lucas Coutinho turning on the Jets. Blocked off by Jiba. And is it a foul? It is. The whistle went. I think it's on Coutinho. And he's going to be booked for that infraction. And that gets a rise from the crowd. Third Hale Varsity Club yellow card issued to Greenville. He just whipped on the Jets. Jiba came across to cut him off, and he did so legally, cleanly, winning the ball. And then Coutinho went through the back of him. That has drawn the card. Get another look at it here. The Jets turned on, but Jiba did get there first. He got the ball. Jiba comes away the better of that collision, and Greenville has their third player going to the books. That cut into the start of our stoppage time, so I'm sure we'll have more. If I had a broadcast partner, it would be around this time. Well, who's happier with this result so far? Who's happier with their performance so far? I'm not sure either team is happier, or is happy, rather. I think the answer is neither of them. Both are going to be a little bit disappointed, but at least satisfied that they haven't given up anything. But the creative output has not been there for either side. Akoff trying to change that. Got the ball in. I thought that was deflected, but it actually floated towards Christensen, out for a goal kick. And surely that was that for this half. We'll wait for the obligatory goal kick from Christensen to hear the whistle. And Jay Mims and John Harks will have their work cut out for them in the dressing room. There is confirmation, and Jai blows his whistle, and we are all square at zeros after 45 minutes. Union Omaha, Greenville triumph, teasing each other, but not really creating much either. We'll be back with halftime just after this. At the half, Union Omaha 0, Greenville Triumph 0.
I'm actually the first person in my whole entire family, teenagers, adults, kids, grandparents, that's gotten my bachelor's degree. It was 16 hours to Missouri, and then we picked up my dad and my brother, and then it was another 5 hours here. I didn't get a walk for high school. Everyone else gets that opportunity, so when it came to this, I was like, I don't care how far it is away.
There you go. Thank you. So where did you even start?
Nebraska Medicine.
Really?
He's home now.
They implanted this tiny device where they can monitor his heart from anywhere.
Have some good news. Cancer's in remission. CAR T cells work.
Oh my God, amazing. They actually removed the clot that was causing Rory's stroke. She's doing great.
No matter what it is, without question, they are our go-to.
Your connection to the state's most comprehensive care. Nebraska Medicine.
Welcome back to halftime, presented by Courtyard Marriott, as you get a look at Warner Park, proud home of the Union Omaha. We're getting down to the wire in the USL League One's push to the playoffs. Here's Ryan Rose with the breakdown of the coming home stretch.
It is our way too early look at the race for the playoffs. The League One final and the race to the playoffs will be sponsored by Hisense. Oh, there's so many matches left. We've got 4 weeks to go after everything concludes tonight. So we look at the top four. These are the teams fighting for those top 2 spots, get a bye, and they get a rest, and they get to watch the other teams battle it out. Richmond and Omaha have the 2 spots right now. Richmond's the one we're going to look at. 44 points, they can't fall out of first no matter what happens, but they can also be the first team to guarantee a playoff spot. If Madison and Charlotte do not win today and Richmond wins, they secure a playoff berth. They're the only team that can do that this weekend. 59 max points, they're in great shape. Couple of road matches there to start October, so watch out for a speed bump there, finishing with Greenville at home. Thank you, schedule makers, for that. Omaha, they've got to go to Northern Colorado. Then they're at North Carolina. Those are 2 trips for Omaha that can jump up and bite you, but they finish at home at Tormenta Fuego. If Omaha's in good shape, maybe 4 points in the next week and a half, I like their chances of getting a top 2 seed. Greenville's going to be right there on their heels, though. The match tonight really sets the tone for what's to come. At Northern Colorado, then a couple of home matches to start October, then we mentioned the match at Richmond. Tormenta played last night, only got a point. That stymies them a little bit, that makes them catchable by Chattanooga in the 5 spot. We take a look at the next 5. There's Chattanooga right there, 1 game in hand on Tormenta. They play today, 36 points, 51 max points, and then a broken schedule. It's 3 road games out of 4 to finish. That is a little bit of an orange flag. Charlotte, 48 max points. They're in good shape there because of the games they have, and they play North Carolina twice. The easiest schedule to finish out. They're at Chattanooga. That's the big one, in addition to at Greenville. That's a tough stretch. Northern Colorado, 44 max points. They've got to win. Northern Colorado's got to win games. They only have 3 remaining, so they are the short stick. They will not play the final weekend, so when they play at Tucson at home on October the 8th, they're going to watch the rest of the league play it out. Madison, 32 points. I love the 47 max points. They have games in hand. They have some games coming up, but they got to win. At Fuego, at Tucson, some long road trips coming up for Madison. We look at the bottom 3. These teams really need to win out. When I'm talking there, Tucson and North Carolina, they have to win out. Even there, they might not make it. Central Valley has a ton of games in hand, but they're going to play them all at once. Look at that. They have 4 games, including tonight. They have 4 games prior to October 1st, so they're going to be exhausted. We'll see if they can do it. It's possible, but they're going to have to be road warriors and play a lot of matches. It's too early to look at this. There's so many matches. Just enjoy what we have. We do have more halftime coming up after the break. Stay with us.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
It's a goal for Orange County SC and their first of the season.
And that's full time. The old guard with a new trophy. Orange County wins the USL Championship final.
I'm actually the first person in my whole entire family, teenagers, adults, kids, grandparents, that's gotten my bachelor's degree. It was 16 hours to Missouri, and then we picked up my dad and my brother, and then it was another 5 hours here. I didn't get a walk for high school. Everyone else gets that opportunity, so when it came to this, I was like, I don't care how far it is away.
Welcome back to halftime, presented by Courtyard by Marriott. Let's take a look at the playoff update in the USL League One as we're getting into the final stretch. Just 4 weeks to go. 3rd through 9th separated by just 9 points on the table. It is tight. Richmond can clinch if the results hold. They're in about the 69th minute right now. Because Madison dropped points against North Carolina, they lost 2-1. Richmond can clinch a playoff spot with a victory tonight. You see the top teams clashing across the league tonight. Team of the week highlighted by Player of the Week Keziah Sterling for Tormenta FC. He scored a hat trick against Northern Colorado last week. 2 players from our match featuring JP Skierce and Brandon Fricky. Teams are named every Monday at USLLeague1.com. Let's have a quick look around the league. As I mentioned, North Carolina defeating Forward Madison. What an upset that is. And Madison could be tantalizingly falling out of the playoff race. Richmond 2-0 up against Chattanooga, just about to enter the 70th minute. That result's holding for them. South Georgia Tormenta held 1-1 at home against Tucson last night. In the midweek, as we've mentioned earlier, Omaha fell 3-2 to Richmond. Got one more match tonight at 10:30 p.m. Central Valley Fuego taking on Charlotte Independence. A couple of midweek matchups as well. Tucson hosting North Carolina on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, it's a doubleheader of late matches. Northern Colorado hosting Union Omaha. The Fuego hosting Forward Madison. All those matches, of course, on ESPN Plus, including the one coming up after this. Fuego FC against the Charlotte Independence should be a good one. You'll want to tune in. Look at that. In their 2 meetings, 10 combined goals. You were guaranteed fireworks over there. You'll want to stick around for that one. You can find it on ESPN Plus as well. Look at these highlights. It's going to be a great game. You'll want to tune in for that. We'll have highlights and stats on the other side of this break. You're watching USL League One on ESPN Plus.
Huh? I'm mic'd up. Better watch what you say around me. I'm gonna use it against you. Hey, referee. You can't hit children. You know that. What kicker's on the way back? I think that's the whole point. Why do I feel so old?
You say old?
Yeah, man. My knees hurt, my ankles, my back. Maybe it's because I sleep weird.
Why?
JP was an all-state high jumper in high school. Seen how high that guy jumps? Yo, Scar, what's your favorite thing about Justin? No, your favorite thing about Justin.
About Justin?
About Justin.
Why? Is it his eyes?
Say it out loud. Say it out loud for everybody to hear. You have to look at him. You have to look at him while you say it. What did you say?
He's so charming.
My favorite thing about Justin is how tall he is and how he overpowers people with his presence. That's something I'll never have. Back pedal. Amir probably did 20 push-ups. Alex, how far do you think you could kick a ball? Yeah, like if you punted it straight in the air. Probably a mile. Or like 1,000,000 feet. Look at Gabe. It's like Elastigirl. You got flexibility, mobility. You've been working out a lot. You swim? Can you swim? It's an honest question. I mean, don't laugh. I can't swim.
I can drown.
I can breathe underwater for like 1 second. I can get one breath underwater. These are super fun. There we go. Man, I'm out first, though, so don't worry about it.
If we get the ball,
oh,
we're ready to kill him.
You sound like Megatron.
You sound like Dave.
Very nice. What? That's 2 touches.
6.
Finally. Oh! Hold on. 2 balls. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. 1. No! Hey, now you're in. I caught it. Go on then.
We're making up rules now?
Oh, that's a real one. 1. Careful, bro.
Be careful.
Whatever you say can be used against you. It can incriminate you.
Bomberos. Hello, Hedy. You want me to coach?
Last weekend. Hey. You got that rash off last week.
I'm a bad man.
You can cut that out, right?
Welcome back to Werner Park in Papillion, Nebraska. Scoreless at the break between Union Omaha and Greenville Triumph. Welcome back to halftime, led by Courtyard by Marriott. We showed you Union Omaha's next home match. We might as well do the same for Greenville Triumph. They've got 2 more. The first one on October 1st at 7 p.m. local against FC Tucson before wrapping up their home calendar against the Charlotte Independent on the 8th. That is also 7 p.m. local kickoff time. They'll finish their schedule against Richmond on the road. We'll get to some halftime highlights. Weren't a whole lot of substantial ones, but some with intrigue. Here was a good run by Ryan Jiba. It was the only shot on target. It was a good one, but right at Christensen, who was able to hold. It was the first chance of the match. It was Omaha creating early. Good ball in from Doyle, but Christensen off his line very quickly to get there ahead of Jiba. But you could see the intent from Union Omaha from the kickoff. They tried to sustain it as best they could off the set piece. Here's Newton heading across, and it eventually falls to Herzog, who got the shot on. It was deflected. That was Gavilanes who got the block in. The ball was going wide, so maybe not so lucky for Greenville as much as lucky that it didn't bite them in the back, but it did hit the bar, so that's always going to get your attention. Here's a great chance by Evan Lee on the half volley after the ball pops out to him. Look how far it travels. One bounce, boom, he smacks it, just put it wide. And that's all she wrote for the first half. As get a look at the match stats. Just 1 shot on target. It was the first one from Jiva. 6 shot attempts to 5 for Omaha over Greenville. Possession just about the same. 3 players in the books for Greenville. That's something to keep an eye on as we progress in this match. Just to give you an update, Chattanooga have scored a goal. It's 2-1 in Chattanooga. Mo Espinoza making it 2-1 as we get a look at Oktoberfest earlier today as Omaha celebrating that occasion. They gave out beer, mugs. There was a polka band there as well. That looks fun. I wish I was there. Looked like a great time, and Union Omaha fans probably having a great time, although things are a bit nervy. And they'll continue to be nervy until something happens substantially in this match. Players back on the pitch. They've switched sides and will be set to resume here in the second half. Give you an update. The expected goals have jumped up for Union Omaha. They have twice as many expected goals as Greenville, but saying that implies that there's big numbers. It's .43 to .22, so that just underscoring the chances that have come haven't really been dangerous for either side. Mentioned earlier, not sure who's the happier of the 2 managers at halftime between these 2 sides. I'm sure both Jay Mims and John Harks had long chats with their team, and they'll try to make some adjustments. See Derek Waldeck giving his team a pep talk in the huddle. What can Greenville come up with to maybe change the tie? 16th occasion for Greenville, shutting out their opposition in the first half in 26 matches, 16 times. That's impressive, but not to Union Omaha, because that's the 17th time they've done it this season. Of course, Omaha lead the league in 0-0 draws. They have 5. Could we be in line for a 6? I certainly hope not. There's the Triumph from right to left in their green kits. Union Omaha pressing in their whites with yellow bottoms from left to right. They have won a throw-in to start this first half. Another update from that match between the Red Wolves and the Kickers. A red card has been issued to Aaron Lombardi of Chattanooga. Second yellow, excuse me. So Chattanooga down to 10 men, trying to find a way to get a point and keep their push for a bye week intact. That match also found on ESPN Plus, but I hope you stay with us here. Here's Herzog, laying it off, spread wide by Heel. Nicely taken down by Brewer, ball deflecting. In the end, not towards the goal by Aaron Walker, but it is another Modelo corner kick, the first of the second half. It was just a little bit nervy for Greenville as they've started this half a little bit on their heels. Fifth corner of the match for Omaha. Here it comes from Heel. This time he'll deliver it in. A good ball that's flicked up by Touche, I believe. And finally a whistle goes as there was a collision at the near post and Evan Lee holding his head. It's Brandon Fricke, excuse me. Greenville's captain in a bit of discomfort at the moment. He's holding the back of his head as we'll get another look at it. He's towards the near post. A good ball with spin and dip, and it was Touche who got his head to it, but so there was a runner that came crashing through. Fricke jumped up for it. Inadvertent, of course, but certainly can't do that. Kevin Erlinson, thank you for joining us on this bit of a muggy evening in Omaha. We were told to expect rain. That hasn't happened yet, but probably should not have mentioned it just now, or else incurring the wrath of the weather gods. Another free kick whistled for Greenville, this time in the Omaha half, and Aaron Walker's in trouble here. Hopefully he'll be okay, clutching the back of his head, and the trainers have been ushered onto the field. This could be serious, and you can see JP Skeers, he's showing that he didn't mean to do that. He's gonna be booked for his troubles, but there was remorse shown. First Omaha player into the books, as Aaron Walker is tended to. A couple minutes into this second half, Skeers still trying to plead his case, but it's already been done. I've never seen a referee take back a booking. We will get another look at it here. Off of the long set piece, and Skeers just clattered into the back of Walker, trying to get his head to the ball. Instead he found the back of the head, and that's a nasty collision. Never want to be on the receiving end of those. Hopefully Aaron Walker's okay. Skeers preparing to defend the set piece. It'll be Coutinho who will take, but he's not lining up with any sort of run up. So perhaps this will be short. He's only got 3 to aim at in the box so far. And it is short. He goes inside. Walker. Not sure if that was a shot or a cross, but either way, it's clear. Lee. Could argue he's got the best Greenville chance in the night so far with that half volley that did not miss by much. Here's a flick on from Lavovitz, but he's offside. Flag goes up. There's a good run being made down this left-hand side by Gavilanes. Lavovitz hasn't had a whole lot to do in this match. Has been asked to hold up play and win headers from long clearances, long goal kicks, long free kicks. Get him on the ball a little bit more, I'm sure John Harks does. Still waiting to get a clearer picture of what kind of adjustments the sides have made. So far, it's much of the same in that first half. Herzog trying to win that ball. Brewer loses out to Waldeck. He's got him right where he wants him. Waldeck able to slip it by Brewer. Akov, nice turn. Keep it alive for his side, and they'll retain possession. Switch to Jiba on the left side. Jiba on his left foot. Poked away by Gavilanes, not very far. That was Frankie, excuse me. Walton whips it in. Heel whips it in, excuse me. Brewer, flick on. Crafty. Creative, but not on target. Cap Brewer getting an extended run today. I mentioned a couple of times at this point, I'm sure. Second start for his club in just his 4th appearance. Been here just about a month in Omaha. Tomorrow will mark his first full month at the club. He signed here from Larvik. Foul whistled against Greenville, so Omaha's turn to have a long free kick in their own half, and Skierce wanting a yellow card issued that time, just as it was issued to him. Jai having a conversation with Fenton, who has to be careful. He's in the book. He was the first player to be taken by Jai, excuse me. Coming all the way back in the 9th minute. So Omaha in possession again. Lavovitz went to ground. May have caught Skierce there. Skierce staying down. Lavovitz has the whistle blown against him, and so far no card yet. Njai's having a think about it, and looks like in the end he's not going to give one here. Lavovitz looking for the ball. He went too hard into Skierce. I think Knutson trying to show the studs were up, but Njai not agreeing with him, but he will have a conversation. Pace has been slow to start this second half. As you see, yeah, he does come up with his studs a little bit and trying to win the ball. That was a tackle towards the ball, not the player. He didn't come through him, but it was still quite aggressive. Caught the right foot of Skierce. Omaha throws. We apologize for the fruity language coming in from our microphones in the field. Warned about that as well. Jiba. Forward for Heel. Cuts inside. Mesa. Heel was showing for him. He goes back to Jiba. Nice clip ball in. It's headed up by Fricke. Not cleared all the way, Akoff. But he left too much of that for Coutinho, who wins his side to throw. And Greenville want to go quick. That's Gavilanes striding forward. But Lavovitz unable to get there in time. Omaha back in numbers. We have another update. And what about this? Tim Mell has leveled things for Chattanooga, who are down to 10 men, but they have leveled it in Chattanooga at 2-2 with 7 minutes of normal time to play. How about that? Never a dull moment in the USL League One. And that would prevent Richmond from clinching a playoff spot tonight. Wouldn't really put them in danger of missing the playoffs, but it would leave things a little bit open for either of these sides to chase them down. Ball out for an Omaha throw, and there's a Greenville player down. That's Waldeck. He's holding his head. The trainers have come on to have a look at him. Now, to me, that looks like Evan Lee getting in a collision with his teammate, but there was gesticulation to suggest perhaps it was an Omaha player involved. Although not emphatic gesticulation, so perhaps that's just misinterpreted as, oh yeah, it wasn't a collision, it was the ball. Evan Lee kicking that, it hit him right in the head, Waldeck in discomfort. And I can tell you firsthand, that does not feel good. See if he is going to be able to continue. The Omaha supporters behind the net, letting their voice be heard once again. They've been quite lively tonight, certainly more lively than this match has been. Fair play to them for keeping the energy up, trying to spur their team on. Haven't obliged them just yet, but still plenty of time to go in this one. Skierce. And Akoff. Greenville sitting deep once again, inviting Omaha forward. And that they do. Jiba. Back for Doyle. Now his right foot. Hesitating. Back to Jiba. Inside heel. Pressured by Walker. Jiba again. Good combination with Heel. Greenville wants it back. They were on the same page, and it goes out of play. Good idea by the two, but in the end, nothing coming of it. Fricky clears that away. Greenville haven't found their energy yet in this half. Fricky again, trying to spur his team on. Comes back to Brewer. On his left foot, trying to touch it down. Does not. Lee clears away. That's all Greenville are doing right now. Back off through the channel, nobody running. And that's out harmlessly for a goal kick. So with those developments in Chattanooga, let's take a look at the live table. And there are the Red Wolves. They've popped up and over Tormenta by virtue of goal difference. They're level on points at 37. Richmond moves up with 45. Still a 4-point cushion, but it looks a lot more doable for either of these two sides than 47 points did. And there's still time, 86th minute. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the XM app. Well done by Herzog to keep that alive. He goes down, and a free kick. It's on the edge of the box, not in it. Herzog says it was in. Greenville says it wasn't a free kick. It was Lee the infraction committed by Herzog. Emphatic that was inside the box. And this is a lot to think about for Abdu Njai, but he was very quick with his decision, standing tall against the pushback from both sides. Get a look at this. Look at the skill over the top of Lee. And that challenge was outside the box. Well played by Njai to get that correct. It was a foul committed by Lee. Crafty work by Corey Herzog. This is the most dangerous set-piece chance of the night. It'll be Lewis Heel to deliver. And two players on a wall, Coutinho and Gavilanes. Haven't been given their 10 yards just yet. I imagine that'll come. Now Doyle comes over to join Heel. Look at that line, all in the 6-yard box. 6 players to aim at. 8 in green, standing resolute. Could this be the moment? Heel takes. It's pulled back to the penalty spot rather. Kept alive and finally cleared away by Fenton. Greenville weren't convincing there, but then again, neither were Omaha. Decent ball in towards the penalty spot, but nothing came of it. And still we search for the opening goal. You can see at the bottom of your screen, Jake Keegan preparing to come on for John Harkes' side, being given his last instructions. He'll come in at the next break. Herzog off his foot, Fenton. Gavilanes. Forward for Fenton, who draws the foul from Skierce, who is in the books, and he's being reminded of that right now. Has to be careful. A second yellow from anybody on the pitch would be cataclysmic at this juncture. Let's see if Greenville make the change now, and they will. It's Keegan coming on, and he'll replace Lucas Coutinho. Coutinho's night is done after 60 minutes. Jake Keegan, who scored a goal on this ground. It was the second goal to clinch it for the Triumph all the way back in June. Does he have more of that magic in his foot? Stormville, New York native. Had an assist last week as well in the lone goal scored against Charlotte. 2 goals, 2 assists on the season. His 3rd year with the club, the 31-year-old. His first involvement is a touch over the Omaha defense and into the arms of Nuhu. See what kind of spark he can provide. Coutinho on the ball for spurts. Certainly not consistent. Didn't do a whole lot with it, but nobody really has for Greenville, so that's not a slight against him individually. Nuhu slicing that one forward, but Christensen able to claim. That was a keeper-to-keeper exchange. Of course, this ground famous now for involvements of a keeper. Kevin Piedrahita, who's on the bench for Union Omaha, he's the backup keeper, scored a goal last month. It was his last start against North Carolina on August 21st. He won goal of the month in August for his goalkeeper goal in the first minute of that game, but he also came up with a spectacular save late in the match, winning save of the month in August. He'll probably be the only goalkeeper to ever do that in this league. First goalkeeper goal scored in this league in its 4th year of existence. Kevin Piedrahita into the history books. It was right here on this ground at Werner Park. Evan Lee heads away. Ball pings back towards Mesa. Haven't called his name much in this half. He won it, and he thought he won a foul, but no, said the referee. Lavovitz laying off. Ball into the middle, given away. Brewer comes to collect. Mesa laying off. The urgency not there for Omaha. They had the numbers committed. They had Greenville scrambling back, but chose to retain possession. Here's Touche. And now Doyle. 4 players pushed up for Union Omaha. This ball not towards any of them in particular. Herzog was the nearest, but sails out harmlessly for a goal kick. Werner Park, Corey Herzog. Something to think about. There's Paul Christensen, 3rd in saves in the USL League One. Has played every minute in the league this year. This is his 40th appearance for Greenville. In 2 matches so far, he has made 4 saves and make that 5, including this match against Omaha. Walker heads that up. Doyle went to ground. Not sure what inspired that to happen. Keegan winning the ball, but it pins back towards Christensen, who will come for it. And I think Doyle's still down, so Christensen will throw it out of play. That was a weird one. Looked like it was off the ball, and that's not Doyle, that's Brewer. Because it was Walker who won the header. Nuhu saying it was a head collision, I think, from that body language. Brewer back up to his feet. He appears to be okay without needing medical attention. So it was Doyle who went down, and then Keegan taking Brewer out when he won that ball, but you could see in that replay Abdu Njai pointing at the ball. He was emphatic. It was a clean challenge from Jake Keegan in his eyes. Not sure what happened to Connor Doyle, but he's back up, so looks to be okay. Always the chance that he just slipped and felt a little bit embarrassed about that. I've certainly been there before. We're getting restless in Omaha. Have to admit, I'm getting a little restless up here. I want a goal. This game crying out for a goal. It's so pivotal, it's so important, this match is. So late in the season. 0-0 draw just doesn't suit anybody. Not the teams, not the players, not the supporters watching. Greenville preparing another substitution in a few moments. John Harks trying to tinker, trying to find an answer. His side, hapless, maybe a little too strong a way to describe the way they've played in this match, but it has, or in this half, excuse me, but it hasn't been inspiring. Give the ball away again. Really been all Omaha in this half in terms of possession. We're hearing Jamie Smith will come on for the Triumph in just a moment, and Nate Schultz will depart. He's put in a good shift in his first match action back after an absence. Akoff trying to see this out for the throw. Gavilanes didn't let him. And in the end, Akoff wins the battle and the throw. Keegan lunging in to force another throw, and now Greenville will make that substitution. And there is confirmation. Amy Smith of Birmingham, England. Was a trialist at the beginning of the season and then got a contract. Had started 4 straight before this match. He's back off the bench. Graduate of NC State. And if the name Smith and England is doing any connections in your mind, his father is Dean Smith, manager of Norwich in the English Championship. Small world, the footballing community. His first involvement is to intercept and keep the ball alive down the line. Couldn't do anything with it, but good read to disrupt the attack from Union Omaha. It has gone final in Chattanooga. We'll get to that in just a moment. Here's Jiba. He wins the ball. Not sure how he was able to pull that off, and he kept the ball alive at least. It was going out for a goal kick. Here's Brewer on his right foot, a shot, and Christensen had to parry that away. Well, out of nothing, Shaft Brewer found himself in the box with a little bit of space, darted to his right with a really good first touch, just driving at Waldeck, and a really good strike, forcing the save out of Christensen. It's another Modelo corner kick for Union Omaha. And that was the most dangerous chance of the night, surely. Hopefully it doesn't stand up as that. Lewis Heel will take. It's to the back post. It's flicked away by Frankie. Not very far. Omaha will send it back in again. It's to the back post. Heel couldn't keep it in. He got his foot to it, but just slipped underneath and out for a goal kick. So the sequence goes without a goal for Union Omaha, but they're starting to look more dangerous as the minutes progress in the second half. First really good scoring chance from either side. And it was Shaft Brewer, the newcomer to the 11 after everybody else on the pitch for Omaha started against Richmond just a few nights ago. And he's on the ball again. He went to ground, advantage being played. Doyle for Jiba, acres of space to stride into. Frankie closing him down. Here's the ball toward the back post. Mesa, good clearance by Waldeck covering. Omaha ratcheting up the pressure. Smith clears away, not very far. Jiba will get onto his right foot. Wanted to touch that inside the box, could not find Herzog. And it's Keegan back to his fellow substitute Smith, and Greenville clears. The energy picking up for the Union Omaha supporters, the energy picking up for the Union Omaha players. We'll just take another look at the ball in from Jiba. Waldeck lunging with the right foot, got a slap of appreciation from Christensen, and I agree. Eric Waldeck, after his heroics, shown a yellow card. Another Hale Varsity Club booking. That is the 4th of the match issued to Greenville. They're coming fast and thick, aren't they? Omaha dominating this portion of the match. Can they cash in? That's all that matters. There's time for moral victories earlier in the season. This is crunch time. Jiba looks around Frankie. Shouldered, but he kept it alive, and then the ball slips through for Lee to clear. Labovitz trying to bring it down, couldn't. Striding away, Skierce on his right foot, has a crack. Christensen got his left hand to it. Here's Brewer on the follow-up, inside for Mesa, away from him. Here's Herzog, and he finishes wide. Oh my goodness, they're getting closer. They are getting closer, but still zeros on the board. It was Skierce who had the first chance, blasting that one low and to Christensen's left. He got there, and then the chance for Herzog. Oh, so close, couldn't find the target. Here's Skierce striding forward, a really good save from Christensen. Brewer following up. It trickles all the way over for Herzog. Good touch around Walker, but couldn't tuck it in the post. And Christensen breathes a sigh of relief, and all of Greenville exhale. And the frustration mounting for Union Omaha, or perhaps it's encouragement. They are beginning to see the whites of the Greenville eyes, and the crowd can sense it. Their voice gaining in unison. Christensen slowing things down. He's not slowing things down. There's a player on the floor. It's Noah Frank. We're into the 71st minute. Omaha have been asking all the questions here in the second half. Starting to pepper Paul Christensen's goal with more frequency. But so far, nothing doing. And at this point, I think John Harkes would take the point, despite leaving his side just behind Omaha on the table, despite leaving a 4-point gap from Richmond in first. I think the way the match is going right now, he'd take the point. If I were him, I would. Concern for Frankie. See if he plays on. And he will not play on. He is coming out. So his night has finished. Alex Cox-Ashwood coming on to replace him. A youngster, 24-year-old from Wittenheim, France. This is his first professional season. That's why I called him a youngster. His longest outing of the season was just a 33-minute substitute performance against Tormento back in July. He'll play out the remainder of the 19-plus minutes of this match. Returning to the squad for the first time in a few weeks. Interesting that the move isn't for Nico Brown. I would have thought he'd be the first player off the bench. He's been playing a lot more in the last month or so. John Harkes spoke brightly about him, said he's been expressing himself a lot more in training, but still he sits on the bench. Perhaps it's not the match for him. Nuhu clears that away. And it's a throw-in for Greenville, not Omaha. Crowd doesn't like that. They are certainly reacting to more things than they were in the first half, as this one has gone on with their team probing and prodding and coming oh so close, so agonizingly close from that Corey Herzog chance. As should be pointed out, this is it for John Harkes. He used all 3 of his substitution windows. You can get 5 substitutions, but you have to use them in 3 windows. Here's Brewer, striding forward, taking the space afforded. Waldeck blocks it, played that well in the end. And he gets a clap of appreciation from Evan Lee, but they're not out of the woods. Hackhoff takes this throw for Mesa. He's looked good on the ball. Gets it for Brewer. It's around Waldeck. Nice curling cross. Herzog brings it down. Fricke has a hold of him. Herzog goes down. Penalty! Njai took his time to think about it, but Brandon Fricke whistled. And the opportunity beckons now for Omaha. He had a hold of Herzog, had his left arm wrapped around him, and when Herzog went down, that was enough for Njai to blow his whistle. And Omaha, a tantalizing chance to go in front. Fricke doesn't like it. What player likes having a penalty called against them? What a moment. It's been coming for Union Omaha, these chances. And it will be Herzog, at least indicating that he's going to take at the moment. AP Skeers trying to usher the Greenville players away from mind games. And a yellow card drawn for Jamie Smith. He knocked the ball out of Herzog's hands. That's another Hale Varsity Club booking against Greenville, the 5th. So it is Corey Herzog. This match rests on his right foot. Coming so close a few moments ago, has a chance to redeem himself. Paul Christensen staring him down with 15 minutes to play. It's Herzog. He converts, and it's 1-0 to Omaha, and they have deserved it. It's the 100th professional goal for Corey Herzog in his long-lasting career, and he has scored a crucial goal that could put them oh so close to top of the league and away from Greenville. And the hosts have earned it. Corey Herzog converting from the spot. A Reading, Pennsylvania native gets his third goal with his new club, slotting it to his right. Christensen dove the right way, couldn't get his hand to it, and it was over at a really good height from Herzog. Union Omaha, 15 minutes from a vital victory at home. It would snap the skid, it would give them breathing room, it would put them oh so close to clinching that bye. Nebraska lottery goal for Corey Herzog in the 76th minute. And do Greenville have a response in them? If I had to guess now, I'd say no. It's been all Omaha for at least the last 20 minutes. The smoke striding onto the field from the flares. Here's Gavilanes keeping it alive, looking for Keegan, who goes down, but the foul is called for the one drawn by Gavilanes. And we'll see if Greenville want to use this as a chance to whip it into the box. And this would be something. This would be an instant reply if they pull this off. Well, you just felt it had to be Herzog. He has looked bright. He's come close a few times. This is his 5th goal involvement of the season, and this is his 6th start. He's had a goal involvement in 5 of them. How about that for impact? Aaron Walker will take. He's got 2 to aim at to his left, 4 to his right. What's he going to come up with? He's got Waldeck if he wants to play short as well. And he does use Waldeck. And Waldeck will deliver to the back post over everybody's head, but it will stay in play. Smith cuts it back. Fricky, nice ball into the back post, headed away by Akov. Brewer chasing it down, Waldeck keeping it in, and he wants a throw, he gets it. Greenville seem to have woken up from their torpor. Brewer forward, tapped by Herzog. Omaha have not made any changes yet. That is something incredible to consider. They've had fixture congestion the likes most teams never seen a season. Their 3rd match in 7 days. They're 6 and 21. But with 78 minutes gone, the same 11 remain. 10 of which played 90, or not 90 minutes, but 10 of which started and played the majority of the game on Wednesday. Fricky wins that. His challenge that gave away the penalty, and now here's trouble. Fenton with the high boot. I thought Njai was reaching to his pocket, but no. That would have spelled pretty much the end of the match for Greenville because Fenton is on a yellow card, but he's going to get away with this one. Meza in some pain on the ground. It really looked like Fenton was about to see his 2nd yellow of the match. And he might still. Njai looking for him. And he is going to. He's had to think about it. The yellow card is in his hand. Fenton trying to save himself here, but it's going to be in vain. What a turn of events. It's a 2nd yellow for Miles Fenton. He is told to depart the pitch, and Omaha, having just gone 1-0 up, are also up a man. A 2nd Hale Varsity Club yellow for Miles Fenton. He'll miss next week's match against Northern Colorado. That's a tricky one on the road. And remember, he's only in because Don Smart picked up an 8th yellow card last week for yellow card accumulation. I think Fenton knew it immediately as soon as the whistle blew what was going to happen. That was a high boot. My, oh my. Omaha, 10 minutes from a vital, important, incredible victory here at Werner Park. Being told Jay Mims also received a booking in the aftermath of that incident. The Omaha manager being put into the books as well, but I'm sure he won't mind too much. USL League One's August Coach of the Month. He may have found a way to right the ship for his side. They've lost 2 straight. It was an ugly one in Tucson, a 3-0 defeat on Sunday. It was a heartbreaker against Richmond. They were leading up until the 89th minute, but now they're on the precipice of a very important win against a bitter rival. It would be just their 2nd win ever in the regular season against this side. It would be the first time either side has won at home against one another. Still work to be done, but they can taste it. They'll just have to see it out. Here's Akoff. Remember, no substitutions available for Greenville. They used all 3 of their windows as Akoff's ball trickling out for a goal kick. It was a good ball, but couldn't find a runner. So this is the 10 that will have to get it done for Greenville. Without their holding midfielder. Listen to them sing behind Rashid Nuhu's net off to the left. They can taste it. But you can't count out the triumph. They have not recovered points from a losing position. They've only done it 1 time, just 1 point this season, recovering a draw. This would be something if they managed to do it again. Here's a ball to the back post. Waldeck got his head to it, pops it up. Labovitz can't get to it. Cox Ashwood keeps it alive. He's able to retain possession. Smith on the right side. Keegan, good ball in. Akoff clears. Not very far. Here's Lee, a crack, but that one not quite as close as his earlier attempt. She knew has not had to do anything in this match. Well, the reigning title holders visit in-state rivals as the USL on ESPN2 continues. Orange County SC looks for a late season surge against Sacramento Republic FC Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Orange County winning the USL Championship title last season. Sacramento Republic falling in the US Open Cup Championship a couple of weeks ago. Held on for so long against Orlando City, but in the end, 3-0 victors the hosts were. And their first trophy since moving up to MLS. Sacramento Republic, a very, very famous run for them. It just didn't end with the fairy tale conclusion. Mesa chasing this ball. Bodied by Fricky, and he's gonna be whistled. That's a free kick in a dangerous spot for Omaha, and stop me if I've said this before, it's another Hill Varsity Club booking against Brandon Fricky, and it's another 2nd yellow, and it's another sending off for Greenville, and they have completed their capitulation. It looked shoulder to shoulder from my vantage point, but Ujai not agreeing, and he's telling Fricky to depart the pitch. And Greenville triumph down to 9. Let's take another look at the incident. Mesa got a step to him, and I think because the reach across with the right arm and then the push off, that's gonna get you into the book almost every single time in a spot like that. And Fricky, having been booked earlier in the match for his foul on Herzog, he will have to depart for an early shower. He'll go join Miles Fenton. And the Triumph captain certainly not walking off and such. And now at this point, if Greenville were to get something out of the match, it would really shock you. 5 minutes from 3 points for Union Omaha. It would confirm their spot in 2nd in the table. It would bring them quite close, oh so close to Richmond at the top. But it's really about the bye week and finishing second is good enough. Substitution for Union Omaha. Joe Brito, who started on Wednesday, will come onto the pitch. And first substitution for what I have to imagine is a tired Omaha side. And they wait until the 86th minute, Jay Minns does, and it's Shaft Brewer who comes off. What a shift he put in. He put a fantastic job in, but Joe Brito will take his place from Bolton, Connecticut, 23-year-old. Did have an assist on Wednesday. A set piece for Omaha. It's to the back post and headed wide. Knutson claiming a corner, and he gets the Modelo corner. It's number 7 for the team in white. The crowd certainly appreciating that sponsorship. They're appreciating the corner. Luis Heel will take this. The right-footed in-swinger. 3 minutes from full time. It's a chip to the penalty spot. Christensen got his fist to it towards the middle of the 6-yard box, excuse me. A good punch in the end. He's done all he can do to help his side. There's another collision, another free kick. Just a little too much from Labovitz there with the shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. And Omaha, another dangerous set-piece chance. Just to remind you, Greenville Triumph down to 9 men. They've had 2 players sent off for consecutive bookings. Miles Fenton picking up a second yellow about, at this point, 9 minutes ago. And then his captain, Brandon Fricky, following him just 4 minutes later. And now a yellow card issued to, I believe, John Harks on the Greenville bench. So now both managers, have gone into the books, and this is getting just a little silly. And it is John Harks, confirmation. Another Hale Varsity Club yellow card. They're certainly getting their money's worth tonight. Brito, deflected cross. Christensen comes to claim. There's confirmation. Fenton and Fricky both sent off for second yellows very quickly after each other, just 4 minutes apart. And it looks like it's not going to be Greenville's night to triumph. Labovitz gets his head to this. I'm not sure if that's a throw or a foul, but either way it's going Omaha's way, just as everything is going Omaha's way tonight. Make no mistake, they have earned it every step of the way. Certainly in this second half, Union Omaha has earned it. They have dominated. Greenville have done nothing to convince in this half. And what's really incredible is that Omaha have done it with just 2 shot attempts. But they were both good ones. 2 shots on goal, I should say. Let's check that. 3 shots on goal. There is the save forced by Skierce that Christensen parried with his left hand. Before that, Shaft Brewer. 89th minute. Getting into last chance saloon time for Greenville. Can they conjure something, anything? Labovitz wins the header, but it goes just to Knutson, and Omaha can break. Jiba forward. Cleared away by Cox Ashwood, but Brito is okay with that. We'll hit you on the head again. Both these 2 teams playing Northern Colorado Hailstorm in their next match. It'll be a midweek matchup on the road for Union Omaha. That is an 8 p.m. Central Time start. And then Greenville will head to Northern Colorado for the match on Saturday. That'll be a 9 p.m. start local time for Greenville. Both teams visiting the Hailstorm. We head into stoppage time, and it'll be 5 minutes, so it's not over just yet. Not if Paul Christensen has anything to say about it. He'll take this long free kick. It's into the box, Nuhu coming. He didn't get it. It's loose. Jamie Smith settling down, lost the ball. And what's happened here? Nuhu on the ground. Akoff head and hands. Is it a corner one? Jamie Smith doing the work. Wait to see the verdict. It's a penalty. Jamie Smith taken down, and how about this? Greenville with 9 men. They have had nothing in this half, nothing. But Connor Doyle has given away a penalty. That is the indication. Nuhu still on the ground. He came for the ball and got only air. It was ambitious for him, for sure. He came way off the line and he missed it. And he looks like he's okay. So Corey Herzog converting a penalty on one side. That was back when it was 11 against 11. It's 9 against 11, but the 9 have a chance to rescue a point. Wow. And Connor Doyle still can't believe it. He's still standing back where he had fallen down. Jamie Smith drawing the penalty. What a storyline. What drama. And now it's up to Rashid Nuhu to save this for Omaha. They were cruising. And it's Aaron Walker who will step up. The pressure all on his shoulders. Wearing the captain's armband after Brandon Fricke was sent off for a second yellow. Ball not quite on the penalty spot, so they're going to fix that, I think. Walker saying it is on the spot. Just needless tension being added to already a tenuous spot. And a lot to sort out here. And you can imagine, 93rd minute. Who could have thought about this? Who could have dreamt this outcome? It hasn't happened yet, but it could. Aaron Walker, a chance to rescue a point, and it's Nuhu receiving a yellow card for coming off his line. And Aaron Walker has had a long time to think about this. And now it's his time. The whistle has gone. Aaron Walker to rescue a point for Greenville. Yes, he has. Coolly, calmly finishing to his right. And the 9 men of Greenville have equalized in the 93rd minute. A script you couldn't write. A script you couldn't fathom. Aaron Walker's 4th goal of the season. It's 1-1 with 3 minutes of stoppage time to play. Wow. What more is there to say? So calm, finishing to his right. Nuhu diving to his right. But Walker able to beat him clean. And look at that smile. They are pumped. This will send shockwaves around the league. If they're not watching, they will be. Greenville Triumph went 1-0 down with 15 minutes to play. Then they had not one, but 2 players sent off. But somehow, some way, they've won themselves a penalty, they've won themselves an equalizer, and they could have just won themselves a point on the road against Omaha. And now, just a few minutes for the hosts to rescue this situation. Jay Mims will be livid if this result holds. There will be devastation in Omaha tonight. A despondent Papillion crowd trying to fire their players back up. They cannot penetrate just yet. Now Skierce. Kush and Akoff. As a player running forward, it's Heel on the touchline, on the end line rather. His cross deflected out for a Modelo corner. Desperation time. Desperate to avoid humiliation here at the hands of their bitter rivals. Heel will take. It's to the back post. It's claimed by Christensen, and he will hold on for as long as possible. Just a reminder again, Greenville reduced to 9. Miles Fenton sent off with the second yellow. Brandon Fricke sent off with the second yellow. It has not hindered their chances. They have come back. Aaron Walker scoring the penalty that was won by Jamie Smith, the substitute. Off the set piece. It's 1-1. And Greenville could be escaping with a point. Ball played down the channel. Gavilanes chasing. Akoff. Pulled back by Gavilanes. That is whistled. We've played 95, but there was a lot of time taken up by the penalty. How much longer will we go on? Only one man knows. There he is in the middle of the screen. Omaha, forward. Skierce. It has to be quicker. It has to be quicker than this. Skierce forward. He'll get it back. Mesa, too strong on the layoff. It was out for Touche, and frustration all around for the Omaha players. Waldeck will throw this in. He'll hand it off instead for Labovitz. Labovitz will take his time. Greenville will take their time. It will be a happy flight back, or maybe a relieved flight back if they pull this off. Labovitz takes. It's long. It's far. It's far away from his own goal. And still we play on. The crowd here urging Union Omaha forward. Brito. Can he conjure something to substitute? The only substitute of the night for Omaha. Here's Touche, his cross, blocked by Waldeck, another corner. Another Modelo corner for Union Omaha, their 10th. And a substitution. And it is indeed desperation time. Emir Alihadzic, Bosnia-Herzegovina native. Is this another moment of magic in this dramatic match? To the back post. It's headed away by Greenville. Not very far. Shot comes in, deflected. It's out for another Modelo corner. And Alihadzic will go take, and he'll go quick. Running out of time, Omaha. 98th minute. Alihadzic will take with his right foot. Here it comes to the near post. Flicked. It's out. And it's a goal kick. And Greenville celebrate as if they've scored. And that could well be that. Omaha had 3 points held high above their heads in triumph. They've had it snatched out of their hands. The whistle still does not go. We still play on. Gavilanes makes sure it goes all the way to Nuhu. Greenville want the whistle. Nuhu limping. Has to get this as far forward as he can. It goes toward the box. It's headed away by Lee. Still we play, and it's given away. Here's Gavilanes for Labovitz through the channel. This would be something special. Labovitz for Gavilanes on his left foot. Alan Gavilanes! Just wide. And that is all. After all of that, after all the drama, it ends at a stalemate. The Greenville Triumph haven't exactly gained a victory here tonight, but they do get a point from an impossible situation, down to 9 men, trailing 1-0 with 15 minutes to play, found a way to get a stoppage time goal by their captain, Aaron Walker, from the spot after Jamie Smith won a penalty, and the 9 men of Greenville will be headed home happy. Union Omaha still searching for a win to right the ship. We'll have a think about this. You can have a think about this. So we'll get to the play of the match here, presented by Shady Rays. I mean, where to begin? It is the penalty by Corey Herzog, and a really good penalty, we have to say. Christensen guessed right. He got over to it, but Herzog able to put it over him with really high pace and a perfect spot. It looked like it was going to be the winner for Corey Herzog and company, but it did not stand up. That play of the match brought to you by Shady Rays. Well, we'll have a chance to catch our breath and have a think about this, you two as well. We'll be back to wrap things up after this. Union Omaha held 1-1 by the Greenville Triumph at home.
My name is Peter Marlette. I'm the general manager of Union Omaha, and I'm a Bellevue University student. Getting this master's degree is important to me because there's always more to learn. There's always ways to improve yourself no matter what position you're in. And being able to focus on international business management specifically as opposed to sports in general or soccer in general is just going to make me a much more complete manager, leader, and employee of Union Omaha. I think Bellevue University and Union Omaha are such great partners because we both share the same goals of educating the community and improving the Omaha metro area and global community for that matter. We also fit so well together because so many of our players traditionally have to choose between pursuing a professional soccer career or pursuing their education. And because of this partnership, we no longer have to do that. Bellevue University is allowing our players to be full-time professional soccer players and still be students and still further their education and develop as people off the soccer field. So I think it makes perfect sense for us to work together.
One last look around Papillion, Nebraska. Aaron Walker, the man of the moment, rescuing a point for Greenville with his 93rd minute penalty, getting all the acclaim from his teammates and from his manager. I'm sure they won't be completely happy. There will be a lot to discuss from this match, but they have to feel just impressive. After going down to a Corey Herzog penalty scored in the 75th minute, they found a way to get a point despite being reduced to 9 men. Just an unbelievable dramatic end. And we'll take a look over all those matches, all of those moments in this match with our full-time highlights presented by Cool Greens. It started out brightly for Omaha, but we'll go all the way to the second half. What a job by Herzog. He kept the ball in play. He thought he might have won a penalty here. He did not. It was played outside the box, so a free kick outside the box came of nothing. But later on, Schaff Brewer, a really good strike after winning space for himself. Gets around Waldeck, a good strike away. Christensen was equal to it. That was the first really big chance of the match for either side. Another good chance. Here's Skierce with a really good strike, and getting down to it was Christensen. It wasn't over just yet. Ball trickled across. Herzog got a shot away. He missed. Head in hands as Skierce gets. Have another look at that Skierce shot. It was Brewer again getting to it, and Herzog thought he could have scored here. He didn't, but he would get his chance just a few moments later. That frustration being eased a few minutes later when he wins a penalty here. Brandon Fricke pulling him down. You see he's got his arm around him, yanks him to the ground. Fricke not happy. Herzog satisfied. It would be him to take the spotlight in the 76th minute, and he coolly finishes a brilliant penalty. This is, cannot overstate how good a penalty that is, putting it over Christensen into the corner. No chance for the Greenville goalkeeper. And it looked like they were striding on to victory were Omaha. They were the more dangerous side in the second half. But after being reduced to 9 men, it was this set piece where Nuhu comes up empty, looking for the ball. Jamie Smith brought down by Connor Doyle. A penalty called after some confusion. You can see the left leg of Doyle taking Smith down, and the 9 men of Greenville had their chance in the 93rd minute in stoppage time to rescue a point, and Aaron Walker did just that. A really calm, cool, collected finish, beating Rashid Nuhu, who you could say his mistake led to that penalty being taken. He came way off his line, and that created desperation. Aaron Walker takes advantage, and somehow, some way, Greenville come away with a point. We'll get a look at the full-time stats here. Omaha really dominating that second half. 14 shot attempts, 4 on target. Paul Christensen making 3 saves. They had the better possession numbers. It felt a little more skewed towards them in the second half as well, with 54% possession. And look at the yellow cards. 9 in total, 2 red cards for Greenville, with the yellow card being doubled to 2 players, 6 for them, 3 for Union Omaha. We're all going to need some time to digest what just happened, I'm sure, but let's look at how it has impacted the live standings. Richmond stay on top with 45 points. Omaha still behind them by 4 points. They are now up to 41. Greenville up to 40. And Chattanooga does rescue a point. They are up to 37. They leapfrog Tormenta once more. They're in 4th, trying to chase down Omaha and Greenville. Well, I sure hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Maybe not in terms of bright moments, but the drama was exceptional. Greenville able to rescue a point. They finish 1-1 in Omaha against the Union Owls. For everybody here, I'm Kevin Erlinson saying so long from Papillion, Nebraska. The final score, 1-1.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.